Charles, do you have fire gloves like that?
I was just looking at that. Mine are almost identical. Mine aren't bells, though. Mine are from RJS, but I do have the skeleton gloves.
Those are cool. Cody, is that Wisner? Cody's driving. I think that's Wisner.
I had you on mute. Yeah, that's Wisner. That might even be night number 2.
That's not Wisner. Trying to figure out where that is. I don't know all of them. I just went on his Facebook page and robbed a bunch of his videos so I could put one together for him. A highlight reel.
It's tough running 85.
He can stay there. He's coming 4-1.
We better tighten up the stack and the steering wheel, then. I wouldn't want to be. Look at that. I wouldn't want to be wheeling that thing around. Look at that. Oh, it falls off.
Roger, what happened to your steering wheel, dog? Waikiki. Pruitt's in Hawaii. That's right. I saw that on the Facebook. He was at Pearl Harbor. Waikiki. Was that Magnum PI? I can't remember.
He was somewhere out there.
I think that's. I'm pretty sure he's in Hawaii right now.
Yeah, no, Eric's definitely out there.
But Magnum PI was in Hawaii, I think.
Yes, he was.
See?
I'll get out there again someday.
Come on.
Tracy Smith, the Razorback, out of Arkansas, goes fourth.
I piloted these from outlawpulling.tv. You know, I recorded the screen. So. Like the guys do in the movie theaters in Newark with a special release and they posted on YouTube. Zolik is just cringing right now.
God, that used to be so huge back in 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
This is not professional, Jason. This is not professional.
Did you have a filter on?
Yeah, I played with some motion things. I like just to push buttons and then hit save.
Eric, you should still be having fun. It's still daylight in Hawaii. It's like, what, 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Go do something cool.
Are they behind us or ahead of us?
Way behind us.
No, he's sitting poolside.
In the west, Jason.
He probably is sitting poolside.
What's that, Zolik?
The time isn't the same everywhere?
Bring up Greg Mears, the Chevrolet pickup for bringing the heat. Going to make an exhibition of.
Come on.
Was that Esdom Lane doing a photo bomb at the bottom of the screen right there? Sure looked like it.
So roll that back.
Right here.
Good chance. I think so.
Well, it just goes to prove the point. Everybody's a Roger Ruwe fan.
You're on mute, Schultz.
I'd like to thank Mark Zuckerberg for turning Facebook back on.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sad day. I would guess that the American worker, actually workers from all over the world, probably had more production today, or TikTok and YouTube blew up would be my guess. So,
Yep.
would be
Twitter.
my guess. Don't be a quitter, Mark. You can turn Facebook back on. Hello, everybody. It's Monday. It's October 4th. My name is Jason Schultz, and this is called Let's Grow Pulling. We do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, brought to you by the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association with my special guest, and I mean special. See, Charles, and you should point at Paul and introduce Paul. That's
There's
Paul Romack.
Paul Romack.
Okay, now you introduce Bruce. No, the other way. There you go, right? The big Ryan down there on the bottom left. And then Mr. Zolik, Ryan Zolik. He is officially in Midwest Winter Nationals go mode, correct, Ryan?
Yeah, I would say for the last month actually already.
And Cody Vanderholm was called by his wireless company today and said, you didn't pay your bill. We're either going to turn off your video or the audio. And he said, I don't need video. I'll just keep my audio. So no, I'm just teasing. Cody's driving home from work right now. He's a hard-working, like a farm dude. And we do have a special guest tonight, Roger Ruwe. We did send him the link, and we hope that he joins us here pretty soon. But whenever he jumps on, we will get on with him. So first of all, I got a call today. Do they run super farms in Zellwood and Ocala?
I'm sure they could find a class for them.
I think they do.
I thought they did.
So my buddy, I just had a blank. Tony, who bought my tractor? McMullen.
McMullen.
He's been driving those super farms for the guys out of California. Tim Perry, right? And somebody else.
And Scott Crow.
Scott Crow. Anyway, wants to take those tractors to Florida. So if anybody's watching the show, please call Tony and let him know if they do that. I thought they ran super farms at both those places last year, but I'm not 100% sure. So, but that's what
I thought so. Yeah, because some of the Michigan guys went down there. I know they did.
Okay. So that's that. If anybody has any questions, please type them into the comments. We would love to hear from all of you. We are officially sponsoring Diesels and Dark Corners November 4th through 5th in White Plains, Georgia. And Roos is going down, and I'm going down, and Cody's going down, Doug Borsch going down. Ryan, have we officially, are our TikTokers coming?
I think so. Let's call it 90%.
Okay, so BMO's going, Mr. Tratter himself, and we're going to go down there. Adam Wilson will be there. I think Jesse Post was going to go. It should be a lot of media coverage down there. And we're gonna
Maybe Ken and Trish Summers in Sydney.
So Brad's going down there, 2-hour drive. Adam's wife was drag racing farm truck in Asian this past weekend.
She seems to be getting good at this whole tractor pulling thing.
Yep.
Tractor racing, whatever.
She probably realized if she wants to spend some time with her husband, that's what she has to do.
Probably so.
So my wife has chosen not to spend time with me and then just wait for the off season. So, and then of course we're always behind the Midwest Winter Nationals in Shipshewana, Indiana, January 13th through the 15th. So Ryan, I talked to Clinton today. He said that the sign up is going, just the registration is filling up quickly. Is that accurate, or was he lying?
It is. We actually, so if you have a 15-mile-an-hour tractor, we are officially hit our limit on that class so far, along with the hot farms. We're getting really close on in the 9,000 super farm, 9,300 pound super farm. We actually added spots for our classic modifieds, or according to Woody, the Wamba class. So we've gone over that limit. The diesel trucks, we could use a little bit more of them. Otherwise, most of the tractor classes are filling.
They'll be last minute, like diesel truck pullers always are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess if they want to pay more for registration, because in 2 days registration goes up. So right now it's the cheapest for registration.
Zolik, can you read that comment?
Hotel recommended. Yeah, I think actually both of the major, there's the Super 8, that's already full probably. That's right across the street. The Van Buren is the one that we stay at. That probably filled up right away as well. There's the Blue Gate, I think, which is right next to the Super 8. That I don't know if that's full or not yet. Otherwise, you're going to have to go a little bit more east towards Goshen. Is it Middlebury, I think, is the next town over.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have like a Hampton Inn there.
Then Elkhart is not far away either.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 hotels in Howe to the northeast. It's like 12 minutes away. It's usually where I wind up at.
And then also you can stay just in Michigan as well, just across, not too far away.
Yeah,
Right
Three
on the
Rivers.
border. There.
Is that like another country?
Yeah.
Depends on what governor is in the office when it comes down.
I just like making fun of Charles because I can. So
That's fine.
They are all, hotels fill up really fast.
Karen says they're full. You could try an Airbnb, hang out with Paul.
Absolutely.
Middlebury, Chuck says.
Yeah, there's some options. So most
How
likely
Indiana?
you're gonna have to do a little bit of commuting, probably at this point. So otherwise, if you're interested, we do it. There's a few box seats that aren't claimed. They're towards the starting line though, but if you do want to have a box seat, you can get a hold of Clint. Information about that. We had a question about general admission tickets. Those will go on sale a little bit later, probably start of November. Is when we'll start doing that.
And those are $25 per session, correct?
The advanced tickets, I think, will be like $20.
Okay, but day of show would be 25.
Yeah, I think 25 will be day of show. If you want, like an all-day pit pass, you can upgrade to them there. In the back, you just pay the difference. We just updated the entries list.
Where would I go for that, Ryan?
Event info, 22 entries.
Wow, that kind of makes sense.
So you can we did have a few more, just sign up today. So it's not 100% up to date, but it's from last night. So
None your business. Say that fast, Charles.
Ryan, have you sold have you tried selling a box to
Is
Dave
that,
Dan
is that
yet?
Chris?
what was the question?
Oh, Dennis. Okay, yeah. It's a good run on Mini, actually.
Bruce, what'd you say, bud?
Oh, I just wondered if anyone had reached out to Dave Dan to sell him a box yet.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So
Yes, general admission tickets have not gone up 50% from last year. I can guarantee you that. So
Yeah, so I talked to
these
Clint.
box seats.
I've been getting some calls from Fullers, and I'm not going to make fun of anybody. I respect everybody. And there was a big long thread on Pull Off about the cost of the box seats. And basically, the box seats you're paying $10 more per seat per session for reserve seating. Is that accurate, Ryan? And most?
yeah, and that's on the expensive side. Actually, on the starting line, I think it basically is general admission ticket pricing. That's based off of, I think it comes to like $1,680, and that's like the finish line, guys. So because you get 8 tickets, so if you divide that by each session, it's like $35 a ticket.
And then there were some questions about the $7 beers like last year, and I called Clint, and he did not know what they were going to charge for beer. And basically, he said he has no control over that. So
Yeah, What's Smoking has no control over the concessions. That's the facility. It is what it is.
and then just actual facility costs. So like the Gordyville, the horse barn cost Clint and the team $18,000 for the week, and then Hager with the sleds and the tubes and everything is $20,000. So he was at $38,000 for that facility. Ship at $60,000 for the facility and $40,000 for tubes and sleds. So it's more than double. So we went from 38,000 to 100,000 just for facility and tubes and things. So I'd like to, I just wanted to point out the facts there, and we need to support these events. And if you can't afford to go, I'm not picking on you. It's all good, but the live stream is still a smoking deal as well. So
that will be the same price as last year as well.
So, did Andy hurt somebody's feelings? Charles, did I miss something?
No, that's impossible.
Not even today.
Andy is butterflies and roses.
Okay. I was just checking because it felt like fake news. So.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't, it was
sure.
only
Travis
because he
is
had a
watching.
fishing pole in his hand.
Mr. Travis Hostetler is commenting on there. And he
The
should know.
dirt guy is here.
Beer and food will be the same as last year. Thank you, Travis. So, yeah, we need to fill that facility up. And it's a beautiful facility if you've not been to Shipshewana. The track is okay. Travis does okay. I'm just very sarcastic tonight. It's been a long day, so it's all good. No, it's a great facility. Plenty of room. It's top-notch facility. If you've been to Gordyville and ran Tool, and I'm not supposed to say that word anymore, but I have to because it's in the past, but you would understand that place is awesome. That place is awesome.
You can actually watch the pole and you won't freeze your ass off.
Right.
Exactly.
So quite a few competitors already. So, I mean, guys, it truly is the Midwest Winter Nationals. It's awesome, and we hope you can all attend it. Big facility. Like I said, we're talking about. I think it's going to be awesome, like it always is. Look at that hot farm class. Holy crap.
Yeah, we actually have 9 on the waiting list right now, on top of those that have already registered. So depending on numbers and some of the other sessions, we might add a third flight of hot farms. So
Nice.
because the point of having the limitations is around 90 to 100 hooks per session.
Yeah, the facility has told Clint and the team basically, we want you done in a certain amount of time each night. So then Clint reverse engineered it to meet their needs. So Andy, we agree. Andy, Karen says Gordyville is great, but Shipshewana is awesome.
Andy, I want to know: are you going to come and hang around for a little more of the show this year?
Who's that?
I'd love to see you.
Who?
Gerbaugh.
Disney go snowmobiling for like 4 months.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so, but he was there for one session, I think.
Yep. Ryan, can we have our hashtag be Rip the Ship 22? You okay with that?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to keep
If I said no, would you not have used it?
I'd consider it.
He would have heard you say it. That's about as far as that would have gone.
Are you saying I do what I want?
Pretty much.
Not directly.
I listen to you guys way more than you give me credit for. That hurts a little bit deep. Hurting on soul. So.
My other ship-faced and ships.
Yeah, I'm trying to behave. I'm 40. I'm going to be 46 this November. I'm trying to grow up, Cody.
You're trying to behave?
Yeah.
We'll laugh about that one later.
So if you guys like
we'll laugh about it now too.
If you guys like Rip the Ship 22, I put that hashtag in the comments. Let us know. Otherwise, if somebody has a better idea, it needs to be short. It needs to have ship or Shipshewana or some reference into that. And then we encourage all the pullers and fans to use that hashtag. Then it's super easy to go find. I don't want Shipshewana. It's too long, and half of you can't spell that anyway, including myself.
I was going to say, you're in that half.
I consider myself a loyal follower of the Paul Romack. I graduated the 8th grade, and I think I'm a big deal foundation, so it's all good.
I could see people accidentally typing in, changing the P for a T at the end there, and that could be some interesting finds on Twitter.
Hey, it is what it is. We can't go, Brad, no Gordywana. Gordy's no Wana. Gordy no Wana. Nothing of that. So that was fun last year. We think we actually might have confused people a little bit with that, but it was a good tie-in, I really feel. So, but we're the unofficial. What's that?
Side note, Dean Hollicky still apparently has not named his 4-1. So I say that we give Dean 2 weeks, and if he hasn't come up with a name by 2 weeks from now, we put it out to the internet and we let the internet name it.
So his super farm was Big Green Tractor, and his truck was the Mother Trucker, which is probably like the best cool name ever for a pulling truck, the Mother Trucker. But the Big Green Tractor, we can work on that. We can work on that a little bit. So
Yeah, I can. Not on that list for the 4-1s. Bausma's just signed up today, so both of theirs. So
hold their check until after harvest. They're a little tight on funds, Ryan. They
well, we don't process checks anymore, so.
Oh well, don't run that credit card through PayPal yet, Zolik.
Well, it automatically gets processed. So
okay, well,
or did not get declined.
I hope it goes through. You know, don't put them on the bad checklist, Ryan. Like the press box in Richland Center.
I think we've had a couple. Yeah, I think we've had a couple that their credit card companies would not let them process because they're like, it's not going through. I'm like, well, it's on your end.
A few years ago, our third night at Gordy or whatever, we were in like 4 a.m. Capital One went and take my credit card at like Perkins or one of those places, so I had to call in, and they said, "We freeze your account, Mr. Schultz, because you seem to be out of your normal spending routine." And I said, well, no, I'm on vacation. They said Illinois in January. Yeah, it's Gordyville. It's Gordyville. That's where. That's right.
You can't fault them for that part. I mean,
no. I was proud of them actually, but if I was going to steal my credit card and head to Champaign,
I'm not proud of them. It means Poland's not big enough. You didn't know?
Yeah, true. Takes a haul licking and keeps on ticking for Dean's Tractor. There you go, Rod. Oh, I like that.
If he maintains his stubbornness long enough, like Ed Eilenfeld did, then sooner or later the name Nameless just becomes the name of it.
Yep.
True.
I like that a lot.
But I know that he did actually have he did ask for help at some point, and there was all manner of names. Some of them absolutely ridiculous. Some of them pretty clever. But apparently he hasn't chosen one yet.
We did have to screen Mark Wittenbach's name that he put down for his light limited super stock because he doesn't really actually have an official name. But I heard he was filling it out in Monroe at the poll. And
after he won?
Yeah, after. Yeah. And I showed Clint to ask him if he wanted me to put this on because that's what he put. And so we did have to screen one name so far. So that goes to Mark Wittenbach.
That's what Wittenbach does. That's a Wittenbach type of a thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, don't keep us hanging. What was it going to be?
Well, what he put on his registration was homemade meat. Because they are a meat processor. But
what's wrong with that?
Yeah. You guys are, what is this? We're not in Illinois anymore, Zolik.
Hey, it wasn't my call. I was just going to copy it over, but
I think we need to take that one back to the board there because it is Wittenbach Meats, Zolik.
Well, they did sell, but
they don't own it anymore?
No, Prem Meats bought them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But his hobbies, now that's a different story.
Oh,
that will go to Charles and Leroy when they decide if they want to announce that.
Yep.
Oh boy!
Don't leave me. You got to give me a little time to think up some jokes here.
Leroy needs
I'm
about
not as fast as Leroy with those.
Yeah, Leroy needs nanoseconds to come up with something.
Yeah, he's
funny.
quick.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for Roger, guys, so I'm going to flip over and talk about diesels and dark corners a little bit. Down in Georgia, White Plains, Georgia, I'm going to put the website in there. Beat my meat. That's what Andy said. Imagine that. He even spelled meat right. Way to go, Andy. Proud of you, buddy. November 5th and 6th, diesels and dark corners. A lot of diesel trucks. They added light pro stock tractors this year. They got their Pro Farm Hot Farm tractors, and then they also they run some 4.1 semi trucks down there. So great show. Roos and I went down last year with Doug Borth, and we had a blast. And it's a neat facility. I was worried about that red clay because I'd heard, but it takes power. So
oh boy,
you're going to need to shift down if you know what I'm saying. So
Van Hazley wide open on a super stock diesel at
they don't have to wait
like
till
120 feet.
Yeah, they don't have to wait till 250 feet down there to open them up. So. But those are all the classes there. And then the Facebook page, guys, get that up. And then I'm going to let Ryan and Charles talk about their weekend, and then Zolik talk about his weekend. Let's see here. If anybody's been to Diesels and Dark Corners, please type that in the comments. It's a great place. Heard no mini rods because got some heat because they weren't diesel. So the mini rod class, Brad, was sponsored by Robert Peters last year. He brought them all in, paid for them, was trying to introduce them, and the promoters felt that just wasn't what the crowd wanted to see there. So that's the official take on that. So Kyle Ferry, thinking about getting into pulling, any advice? Kyle, how much do you hate your money? So. No, in all seriousness, Kyle, I need to know what state you live in. I don't need to know. We need to know. We need to know what state you live in, who you want to pull with, truck or tractor, and yeah, you do need to have some cha-ching. So if you feel free to type those in the comments, Kyle, we'll give you some good advice. Jeff, do you want me to stop sending you my videos? No, Jeff, you keep sending us videos. King Salmon. Is that some inside joke? Oh, no. That was his Facebook post. Kyle, where are you sending your videos? Or no, Jeff, are you sending them to Beer Money or where are you sending them? Because we're live on like 8 different pages right now. So, and I don't see every inbox here. So here's Liberty Truck and Tractor Pull. Go to their events page. Scroll down. Here's their official event page. So I'm going to throw that in the comments for you as well. No, Jeff, we like videos. Here's the comment of the year. Okay, ready?
Real nice.
Kyle, start with diesel super stuff. It will be fun. I love it. I love it.
It will be for that first pass.
Yep.
Okay, Jeff. Yeah, farm stock pullers. That's one of our pages. I'll check that on there, Jeff. And if you want to be an admin on that page, message that page and I'll look at that later. I need some help with that page. I look at it a couple times a week, not every day, like I probably should. Kyle says Pennsylvania tractor. I'm not really sure who I want to pull with.
Kyle, I have some advice for you. I want you to look up 2 guys, Lucas Criswell and John Foreman, spelled Forman. They are both in kind of hot farm classes in the state of Pennsylvania. They will not steer you wrong. They're very good dudes.
I would say, too, I think you should go hang out with someone like who you think you want to pull with and follow them for a year. Just they'll let you go with it.
Definitely get in the pits with some of the classes that you think you're wanting to pull with and just check it out and see. And you can ask these guys anything, and most of them are really good, and they'll tell you anything you want to know.
And there's probably a bit of a difference between East Pennsylvania and West Pennsylvania, too.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
There's some good pulling clubs out there, though. So,
yep.
But I don't know them well enough to do that. So, I'll have to check it out. See what we can do. Okay, Roger's not on yet. Charles and Ryan, can you guys talk about the event in Lyons, Indiana? I know it didn't happen, but I know there was still some pulling stuff happening. So if you could do that, that'd be great.
Well, there was part of an event. The Farm Truck and Asian, the guys from the Street Outlaws TV show, have a good working relationship with Jeremy Wagler. Jeremy's done some work on some of their vehicles, actually a bunch of their vehicles. And they did a few years ago, they did a daily driver drag race. And it was filmed for Street Outlaws, if I remember right. And I remember watching it, and it was a good show. It was fun. And after a couple of year break, they decided to come back and do it again. And so the invite was out there. Bring your daily. They had 2 classes, and there was a third that was added kind of ad hoc. More on that in a minute. And so the daily driver class was just that. It has to be street legal, ready to go, put groceries in the back of it, whatever. There was also the outlaw class, which the only rules were it needs doors and headlights. You can imagine what showed up there. There was some pretty big firepower. And then kind of on a spur of the moment, there was enough interest in a true newbie class, people who'd never gone down the track before or had maybe only done it once. And there you had a hodgepodge of things, including a twin turbo EcoBoost Expedition that Adam and I goaded Adam's wife into driving. She had expressed some interest. She said, "Man, that sounds like fun." And Adam turns to her and says, "Well, get in there and do it." She's like, "No."
And so it begins.
And yes, that's pretty much it. And she looked at me and I said, "Do it." She said, "Well, can someone ride along?" And I immediately yelled at Asian. I said, "Asian, she'll do it if I can ride along." Because I knew that Adam wanted video. He's like, okay. And so there we are drag racing. For our class, we drew a buy, and Farm Truck called his daughter and said, "Hey, get the, I want to call it a Talladega. That's not what it is. Telluride. Get the Telluride out. We're going to put you in this too," so that Tiffany would have a race. And so that's exactly what we did. And we got caught at the light making sandwiches, and we tried to reel her in. We came darn close. If we had another 50 foot, we would have turned on that wind light because we were closing very, very, very quickly. But so she lost her first race, but that was okay. There was a little bit of time for grudge racing after, and so we called her back out, where she promptly proceeded to kick our ass. But it was a lot of fun. I got some in-car video that Adam is mixing into his video that is tentatively titled "My Wife is Faster Than Yours." And let's put it this way. Tiffany is hooked. And next year, she'll be ready. And next year, I think that Expedition might have a little bit more firepower, maybe a few less child seats, maybe a little less luggage.
She was being given ideas of where to go for that before we left the track.
Before I got out of the car on the first pass.
Yeah.
I said, "You know what? We need to call some people in Detroit." She said, "Who?" I said, "Livernois Performance." I said, "We can get 600 horse out of this thing without working too hard." So,
what I was excited about for this event, guys, it was true cross promotion. Drag racing on Friday night, truck and tractor pulling on Saturday, and it was really going to be a neat thing to expose the sport of truck and tractor pulling to maybe some different fans. Charles, this is from Adam's Facebook page, but it's like a diesel something against a Mustang. Do you know what happened here? Or do you know?
Yeah, this happened before I got there. I don't know who's in the nitrous Mustang, but over on the other side is Ben Shaddy from Dunright Diesel in Osgood, Indiana, in his 63 Corvette. It's a Hammertech race cars chassis with a full Wagler Cummins, billet Cummins in it, single charger. I think he's got 3 kits of nitrous on it. It's been, I think his best is somewhere in the 420s to the 8th mile at 168 miles an hour, 170. He might have been faster than that, but
it's kind of fast.
It's kind of fast. It's he's currently, I think he might still be the points leader even in ODSS headed into this weekend if Millers haven't gotten back around him.
So I'll play the video. This is pretty fun.
That was like the longest purge in history. That's Asian staging him, I believe. No, it wasn't. That might have
Staging
been.
Ben? No, that was probably
No. Staging the Mustang.
Oh, I was gonna say it's Tony Derhammer staging Ben.
Yeah. Ben Shadday was out.
Adam says farm truck was there in the middle. So,
Yeah, he was standing on top of the light box.
guys, I'm gonna play this. There's some. Oh shoot! I don't want this. That's Earl. Shoot! I want to show you some semi trucks from Diesel's North Corners. This is one of Adam's videos. So I turn the sound on. That was Ryan's flash, probably.
No, it was not. I don't shoot with a flash.
You don't flash?
Nope, that was Ty Purnell.
Great video by Adam there, just to show you the facility. And you spelled videos wrong there, Wilson. Videos, but that's okay. I type too fast sometimes too. Good videos. Good videos. So then, Friday night then?
Charles, you may as well tell the story from Saturday, since it was a first time for you. I've had that tour a time or two, but you had not, and it was fun to watch your head explode.
Yeah, my head pretty much did explode a couple different times. Thanks to the Boyd family and Austin particularly for taking time out of his Saturday to walk us through their shop. And I've been in shops that are similarly equipped, but I can probably be a survivor of an industrial accident and still only need one hand to count the number that are that well set up. It was a pretty impressive thing to see in what their capabilities really are when it comes to being able to service engines and pulling vehicles in general, and to be able to do it without anything, there's no CNCs in the building yet. There was no indication that there would be anytime soon, but I can see the writing on the wall. The growth is there and what they're doing. Time will tell before they are doing some pretty full line manufacturing of stuff. I don't want to give away too much in terms of specifics, but there were, because I don't know how much I'm at liberty to even say as far as what we saw, but they are ready to be swinging on so many levels when the time is right, in a number of different classes, and not all of them have spark plugs in them. There wasn't a lot in there. Their history has always been the pro stock side. There wasn't a lot to drool on that was smoker related, but the knowledge base is still there, and the dyno facility is definitely there to be able to handle it. They're ready to do just about anything you want to do, and I wouldn't hesitate to approach them when it comes to looking for a resource for, particularly on the engine side. That's kind of more what they've geared toward. They are doing some chassis stuff with the mini rods, but the bigger tractors, they kind of leave that to Angler, which makes sense because Tim's shot was within an hour away. Actually, if we'd really had our thinking caps on, we maybe could have done a double tour with the rain out, but that was never a given that it was going to rain. But yeah, you're still muted, Ryan. There you are.
That would have been cool, because I've never met Tim Angler.
Yeah, it would have been something to go down there and see that place too. But yeah, just the cleanliness, the professionalism that's in there. I would say they're probably at their max in terms of growth right now without adding on to the building, but that doesn't stop them from doing it. And you can see how much thought has gone into compartmentalizing the various parts of the business and keeping everything clean and doing it the right way. And even beyond that, within the one room, just how much R&D is actually still going on in there as they try to learn every single day. So very, very impressed with what's under that roof. They're not playing. I guess I'll throw out one little teaser there, and it probably revolves around Unlimited next year. Be ready to see something for Unlimiteds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We did learn
And don't worry about them being unprepared to hurt parts to do it either, because the chest is stocked.
One fun little tidbit that we did learn was on Saturday mornings, sometimes they've been known to dyno motors.
Yes.
Miles Krieger lives approximately 10 miles away. And Miles has been known to send a text or make a phone call and say, "Hey, how'd that one run?" Because he heard it 10 miles away. And I actually talked to a guy on Friday night who has a shop just down the road from their farm, like maybe a half a mile, that does woodworking and custom interiors and things like that. And he says, when they fire up a motor, I can't hear the sound of my own motors running in my own shop. So, yeah, they make horsepower and they make some noise too.
And the dyno room is the central room in that building, and all the sound goes up. So for it to travel is extra difficult because it's not being aimed out. It's not like Marlat's place where it goes out the one wall or something. So, everybody for 30 miles in that direction hears it.
Yeah. So it was neat. That's always a fun tour. It's always a neat shop. And I always try and make a point of stopping by anytime I happen to be in the area.
Yeah. And and Austin, I mean, he's honest with what they're doing, but I mean, he's definitely a member of that family in the sense that just totally humble about their capabilities and what goes into it. I mean, he's not walking around in there like he's 10 feet tall. He knows what their limitations are, and he wants to win, sure, but he's honest about where they are with it.
So what was the timeline for the decision on Saturday?
We heard that it had been canceled. I don't even know if we were at Boyd's yet when we first got wind of it, which we were there like 1:30 in the afternoon.
I think we found out that because I checked with Jeremy, and late in the morning they had canceled the pro stocks because they knew that it was still raining, and they knew that all the pros had some distance to travel, so they figured let's just axe that now so that they don't have to put in 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours and find out that it's canceled. But they were waiting until 2:00 to make a call on the rest of the classes. So they had lunch and waited to see what would happen. And unfortunately, the weather didn't get any better. And so they had to make the hard call. Which really sucks because Jim Miller had spent all night and all day Friday building a heck of a track. That was going to be a good track.
Yeah, he's had a rough go of it the last couple of years.
Yeah. So, But the drag racing part, that was a lot of fun. That was something that I don't get to see very often. So it was kind of fun to scratch that itch. And drag racing always kind of makes, it's for me, it's darn near impossible to shoot the way I do a pulling tractor because it's moving multiple numbers of times as fast. But there's lots and lots of kind of still life shots around staging and doing burnouts and things like that present themselves when you're at a drag strip. And I tried to avail myself of some of them that weekend, and some of those photos have recently been posted. And And I kind of liked how they turned out. There was some really good black and white stuff that came out of that night.
It was weird for me to go to a drag strip and not have smelled the track prep glue. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty good smell. Kind of like it. I know we're all a little bit dingy, but that's one of those weird chemical smells that you kind of go, all right, something's about to happen here.
Oh, and
Roger's
we did
not-
smell a new fuel additive. Most people, especially the Nelsons on the 2-wheel drive side, like to use that grape additive.
Wayne Stein,
we
too.
ran into a guy who was using a root beer flavored or smelled, scented additive, and that actually smelled really good. So, word to the wise: if you want something other than grape, you can get it.
In stock at Boyd Performance. Or
I
Boyd
believe so,
Motorsports.
yes. If not, they
we
can
saw
get
some.
it for you. They do
Yes.
sell the grape stuff.
Not really sure how well that mixed with diesel.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So Roger hasn't joined us yet, so I got a couple questions I want to ask our audience. And the first thing I want to know is, who has the best TikTok pages for truck and tractor pulling? Please type those in the comments so we can share those around and I can bring them up on the screen. And then one question we always ask everybody is, if you could, Ryan, what's your classic question? What do you always say? What would you drive, or how do you say that?
If you could drive anything for a night, steal the keys, figuratively speaking, to a puller, past or present, what would you drive and where would you drive it? And Louisville is off limits and Bowling Green is off limits because everybody wants to compete there. Give us another track. I don't care if you want to drive a Banner 7-engine mod and you want to drive it in Fremont, Michigan at the Newaygo County Fairgrounds. Tell me that.
Let's talk about today. I haven't shared my favorite video yet. Charles, I want the panel. I want the distinguished Let's Grow Pulling panel to answer Ryan's question tonight.
Okay, it's easy for me, and I can't decide which, so there has to be two. One would be Tom Harmon's original Preparation H 686 2-charger light super at my hometown fair at Armada, because that was the first super stock I ever saw as a kid, and it just burned into my skull. The other one is also real easy. It would be the late 90s ag chassis, no roll cage, Redline Fever at Inwood, Ontario.
So that's why Charles is awesome, because he knew how many turbos those tractors had. That's cool. That's cool. Lisa Jostock says, I would drive Kathy Archer's Slotch's Black Widow.
Go see Jim. I think he's got some of the engine parts left of it.
Yeah.
Chassis gone.
Karen says Bionic Buzzard, Fort Recovery, Ohio. Russ says Silver Bullet at Toma. Cody, we don't let you talk much, but we're going to let you talk for 30 seconds. So what would you drive?
Beans, I've never had the opportunity to drive any of them. I could go on all day long, but I don't know. There's a few like that always go down the track really well that you kind of think of and just, I mean, maybe someday I'll drive the Remedy down the track, you know?
Just slid that right in there. That was good.
Hey, somebody
I like
had to
that.
say it.
I mean,
I might know a guy.
you do have a crew shirt. I'm not going to lie, Cody.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think I could probably fit in the same fire suit too, maybe.
There's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance.
I don't
Holly,
know.
what about you?
Who?
You.
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Hold on, Paul. We got some good comments from the gallery here. Rodney's Meltdown Pro Stock at Rossville, Illinois. Just love that track location. Is that a good track, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa said the Black Oda was the first mod she ever watched. Shane Hunt says double stuff modified at Toma. What happened to double stuff?
I think the chassis
Is that the
wound
one-
up in Europe and the engines went wherever.
Is that the one with the DT 466 and the?
Yeah, the two alcohol super motors on one chassis.
Okay. Yep. Did you guys see my TikTok commiserating my hero Travis Schlabach? I did a TikTok. I thought it would take off better, but it didn't. I said, I want to know where you were born and name something cool about that town. And I said,
I saw this.
I was born in Ringo, Iowa, and Travis Schlaubaugh, the 2021 Grand National Diesel Superstock Champion, is the mayor. He's actually not the mayor, but he should be the mayor. But I don't care. I do what I want anyway, right?
He's running for council now, so he's trying to make it official.
So that's so I put that out there on the TikTok. I got a couple of replies on that. I got to get better at TikTok, guys. I'm working on it.
How do we make that happen there?
Travis, we can make that happen.
He could make that happen.
He could make
his wife
that
parties
happen
with
too.
them guys till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh, good Lord, yes. And Allison will still be awake at 7 o'clock cooking breakfast.
That is the Andy response to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would. I would want like Def Leppard type crowds, and Andy, nope, just me and the sled operator.
There's a reason he must be left alone with that tractor.
Yeah,
He might do things to it.
Ew.
so,
Zalek, what about you?
If it's a diesel, 2007 or 8 Youngblood, mod wise, like mid 90s Irish Challenger turbine.
Where?
Probably
Boaz.
yes, Boaz, Wisconsin. I mean, the typical one for someone like me is obviously Toma, but actually Macville.
It's a great pull. Polly,
What about you, Jason? Is it the Iron Elk
of
at
course.
the Iowa State Fair?
Anything diesel super, like go back, it'd be Iron Elk. Today, I want to drive Travis's tractor, but the diesel super. And when you think they're getting ready to grow, and you're watching both stacks, and the smoke's starting to do that, you just push that clutch back in a little bit. I got to drive a diesel super stock one time, and it was my dad's. And I went 325 feet, and I burnt all 6 pistons. So that thing, like Travis said earlier to that one guy asking, he wants to get into pulling. It'd be fun, they said. And I'm just saying, the diesel super is the coolest thing since sliced bread. I love them a lot. And but the Iron Elk, I got to meet Warren. Well, I didn't get to meet Warren Ropp. I got to see Warren Ropp again at the Iowa State Fair. You guys were there for that, Cody and Ryan. And then today, I love the Bone Twister, partly because it's an Iowa guy. I know him, all that good stuff. Trav's a good dude. I'm not sucking up to him. I suck up to him whether he's watching the show or not. But he happens to be watching the show tonight. But just a good dude. Just a good dude. So,
Where was that you drove Blackjack?
Richland
Is that
Center
what-
at our Test and Tune Motorsports Mayhem.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
You just kind of
2015,
Didn't you drive it? Didn't you drive it at Sigourney once?
Oh yeah, but it wasn't a real diesel super then. I don't know. I shouldn't say real. That's I'm gonna piss somebody off. But I'm talking 3 or 4 Charger, 30.5s. So
Were you
that's
2 Charger then?
Yeah, back then. So ECI for the longest time, 466 was kind of the cubic inch, right? Then it started happening 540s, 600, 640s, and Dad was still trying to compete with that 426. So let him put 2 turbos on it, and he got it figured out, and he started running really good. And then the ECI didn't want him around anymore with the twins. So that's when he just kind of started pulling Tri-State, and he had a 4.1 on top and something else. Him and something Max Simpson had put together. But I drove it there, yeah, Ryan, with the twins. But true diesel super, true mean. You know what I mean? That's what makes it fun. But
I was gonna say, because I have that on camera.
Yep. I'm gonna read some of these comments, guys. These are pretty good. Brad watches our show religiously. I want to drive backdraft, or it's no joke, mini rod anywhere. Fair enough. Adam says, I'm not driving that damn multi-engine diesel mod from Europe. I'm driving that thing is awesome. Sledhausen or sled, what's that? Sled. I don't think it's even alive anymore.
No, it's
Sled
gone.
Hunter.
Sled Hunter. Todd says Bill Voris, American Thunder Toma. Yeah. Toma, to me, this last year, Toma on Friday night brought back that nostalgic
God.
Toma.
That
The
was
crowd, the buzz, the goosebumps.
that was insane.
It was friggin' awesome. Jerry Juice, it was a great time. So
I'll be right back.
Mark Ulmer says, I'd want to drive triple bypass at Wisner, Nebraska. That'd be cool. See, that's cool when another puller says something like that. I dig that. Nate says, rock hard ram at Toma. Good choice. Nick says, hello all. Is that the name of a tractor? I don't even know, Nick.
It is now.
Nasty stuff and anywhere.
That's Dean Hollicky's new name.
Hello all. Yep, Dean, you're now the Hello All 4.1 Liberty Pro. Ron Stone, Mission Impossible for recovery, for sure. That is cool. Sounds like Schultz is hard on pistons. Stop it, Jerry. Just trying to.
Yeah, you probably burnt more pistons than.
I'm a piston burning mofo. It's all good. We're going to fix that, though, this winter, I promise. In 3 minutes, the show is sponsored by Jer Juice. So he's official, unofficial sponsor at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So.
Do I need to send him my address or what?
Is his toe still attached to his foot?
We can bring Joey on. Keith says, Screaming Demon 2 or Mean Old Alice, Mod Empty Pockets, or Suspicion of Ignorance at the Cass County, Michigan.
Yeah.
Suspicion of Ignorance. I don't even know that, Tractor Charles.
Oh, you do. You do.
I do?
We've shown that video multiple times of Todd getting thrown off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times.
Keith, I'll drink to that.
Ooh, we got ourselves
good. We have a
a
spammer.
troll.
Jenny, what kind of mod would you like to drive?
I don't know that we need to answer that here.
GTFO.
Oh, this is
gosh,
for you.
William Wilkinson gets the same message even.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
peace.
she'll send it to everybody in this in the thread.
Usually their pictures are a little more seductive, I might say. Charles, that's the word I was looking for there.
I guess.
Jenny, we're gonna have to say goodbye to you. Our Let's Grow Pulling family is not ready for your
Level
two
of participation.
GTFO.
Yeah, yep. If you know, you know. Green Fighter from Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad would take it to the registration booth and with girls. Well done, Brad. The General, Wheatland, Missouri. I love it.
Now, the general?
Gardeners.
Come on, it's got to be stage 4.
Got to be Gardeners.
Checking.
Maybe he wants the Allison Power General.
Agree. I want the seat in the 7-inch.
That'd be a hard one to turn down.
I know.
I blocked Jenny, guys, but she's everywhere. She's persistent. All right. I think if I remember correct, Alexis Gillette and I were partnering on an unlimited after sandwich when we even called and left Don a message about our plan. When we hired Truckee as crew chief, not sure on exact details. I might have been drinking.
No.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. The Outcast Wheel Riddinger Ohio State Fair. Outcast
Joystick
2.
tractor.
See, this is fun. I enjoy this. Paul, what you driving and where?
I have to go by a class. There's a couple classes that I have to hit. Number one, the Little Bad Alice in Cape Girardeau, Missouri on Saturday night. I don't know what it is about that place. That tractor loves that track, and the fans love an orange tractor.
It likes going about 416 is what it likes to do there.
Yes, that there's something about that tractor and that dirt. It just hooks and goes. Pro stock. Rodney Schnichter's Meltdown, the way it sits right now in the trailer. Pull it out and let's take it to Pinckneyville, Illinois.
Can we start it too, or do we just have to leave it in the trailer?
Oh no, it will. Yeah, it'll go down the track. That sucker goes straight, and it's one bad son of a bitch.
I want somebody to make that TikTok that Growing Corn made with the men. Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction?
Yes.
Once you drive one of these, you'll never need a. Well, that's the funny. That guy is so funny.
And
I like searching for his TikToks.
1A would be the new Youngblood Pro Stock. I got a lot of stuff on there, so that's one of my babies as well. And then if I had to go old school, I want to drive one of Banner's 7-engine mods. I want to see all that stuff out there in front because that's what I grew up watching. I remember watching them on the American Sports Cavalcade. It was one of those when they came on, it was like Bigfoot was on here, and that was when they had, monster trucks and they had tractors and everything. Every once in a while we'd catch like quad races or something on there. But one of the Banner brothers, 7-engine, I want them all.
Yeah. So, Jer, this is what I was about to say. So I watched this is before they screwed the rims to the tires. The Macon Bacon special at the Iowa State Fair spun both tires off the rims. It was awesome. It was awesome. So that was good stuff. When I was a youngster. Charles, so Tuesday nights, Ron and I do Outlawed with Ron Stone, and we actually have a legitimate great idea for a show for you. It's Liquor and Legends. So you would travel around the country, and you would sit down with our heroes, and you would literally do it. I mean, I'm not joking about this at all. I don't have it put together yet, but like Discovery Channel, obviously we need some money and some sponsorship, but you would want to take a couple people with you, obviously, like film crews. Cody would go. He raised his hand. But you guys, that would be so. I don't know if we have to call it Liquor and Legend because we'll probably piss somebody off because you said liquor. But it would be fun to say, Tim Engler, what's your favorite drink? And then you just bring a bottle of it or a case of it, and you just sit down with Tim Engler and you just say, "Let's talk." Start at the beginning. And,
have you not been on Bourbon Talk there?
No, I do drunk history. What's Bourbon Talk?
Bourbon Talk and TikTok's like a whole side of TikTok that you haven't discovered yet, apparently.
Well, when I go to the bathroom, it's usually only a couple minutes. I got to get back to work. So
I'm not going to lie, but that was darn near every single sidetrack that was ever produced, all 94 of them that actually made it to air.
The drinking?
Bourbon and something.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I think that'd be fun. We could turn it into something legit, though, Charles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get it on
the Barbara Walters of polling.
Yeah.
Somebody did. Somebody
Can we not come up with something better
either.
than Barbara Walters for him?
Hey, I won't knock her bank account. It's fine with me.
You're a knocker. What?
Well, she did all the interviews with all the.
She got all the exclusives.
Yeah.
Just make sure you bring a camera filter with enough soft focus so I can look that good too.
Let's as long as we can start it with a visit to South Dakota. Starting with you, Mark. I don't care if you drink or not. We're going to sit down with you.
Karen, have you not heard Sidetrack Podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the guy right here. We got him right there. Oops, that's me.
There's one episode that never did get published and Drew and I were gone when we did it. And the next morning I listened to it and I said, nope. I called him. I'm like, dude, we cannot play this. And for once he actually agreed, which if you knew Drew, that was shocking. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, you guys really went over the line. I like to bump the line.
We were way over the line.
Yeah, I like to bump the line.
Well, there's actually two that never got published because we still have one from Rockwell.
The one is a yet. The one's a yet.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fair.
And I told
Karen,
you this
every
weekend
day.
what I got to do to that one. And it has nothing to do with the content. It has to do with the presentation. There's just some blowout of some mic I got to see if I can fix.
Tiger Pullman, you need to learn to speak softer into the microphone when you're hammered.
Well, it's partly my fault, though, too. I had headphones on and was trying to wheel that knob down as fast as I could whenever he'd start talking and then have to pot it back up for whoever's face he stuck it in and then try to get it back down fast enough. And that was proven difficult as it went on.
Paul, can we get some pictures and stuff in the background around your face before next week, next show? Like some posters and maybe some SRMD? Could you jazz it up a little bit? Why?
Are
things tight?
No, there's going to be a change of residence. So yeah, we're preparing for that.
Okay. Well, we're all gonna send you something to hang up behind you.
I'll have grain bins and stuff behind me in short order, but just bear with me.
Did you move away from the railroad tracks?
I'm moving away from the railroad tracks.
Moving on up.
The funny thing is I'm moving towards railroad tracks.
Have at her, bud.
I can fix that, Paul, that comment in the private chat if you need me to.
You know, whatever.
I call it a man crush.
Yeah.
Homer says, Ryan, let me get harvest done. I'll be happy to visit. So
I know it's on your schedule, man. It's on your
I mean,
timeline, but
in all
we're gonna get
seriousness,
it done.
we might have to do some of these on our own to get this thing started. But if we can get 2 or 3 episodes, we got some pretty talented people on here right now with filming, and a couple of us can talk. So I think, and it doesn't have to be a tractor pull announcer to do it. It needs to be a good interviewer, and that's what it's all about. That's why I'm a Charles fan on this situation. Films with Legends, a drinking experience, something like that. We talked about this last Tuesday night on the Outlaw Show, and I just think it has a lot of potential. So, Roger says, "Hey guys, sorry about tonight." That's okay, Roger. We've been bragging you up. Played your video. Told everybody how awesome you are. We'll get you on again another night. So, no big deal.
Roger, if you're still up for it, you can always hit that link. We'll add you.
Doug Meisinger, my singer. Excuse me, I all butchered it. My singer. Another diesel superstock hero. Question. One last question. We don't need to go for 2 hours tonight, but the second hour of Let's Grow Pulling is sponsored by Jer Juice. It's nutritious. There's no name on the bottle. There's no nutrition facts because frankly, Jerry can't spell. But at the end of the day, it tastes good and we really like it.
God damn, he can barely keep toes on his feet.
Yep. Ryan needs to come check out. Yeah. Oh, Mark has a freaking collection. It's awesome. I probably have an old SD card somewhere with all that on there. I need to find that. Favorite place that you actually went to and saw a pull at this past summer in 2021 up to date?
Toma.
Favorite place?
Toma.
Okay, Paul. Please type in the comments. You didn't watch the live stream, even though I love a live stream because it's good for the sport. You actually physically went there. I want to know your favorite place.
Gosh, that's tough.
Toma was electric this year.
That's a lot tougher than I thought it might be.
Yeah. I guess you can give me, I mean, Charles, you don't have to pick your favorite, but I want to know the reason we do this, Charles, is because there's like 10 names that resonate in pulling, but there's probably 200 pulls a year that are pretty damn good.
Yeah. No, and that's fair. I think of all the places I went to this year, though, the one that impressed me probably the most, both for what was the product on the track and the crowd experience of it, was the Underley. I was really impressed with that.
Another question. Charles, what should people be doing to their pulling tracks in the winter?
Grow something on it. Don't just leave it.
Organics.
So if you're a promoter or you're a fair board, please listen to these guys. They actually know what they're talking about.
Ryegrass seems to be a pretty common one. That'd be my suggestion.
Organic material.
And if you have questions about this kind of stuff, feel free to reach out. If we can't answer it, we'll be happy to put you in contact with people that can tell you what they do, because there's some fantastic facilities out there that do this every year, and they can tell you what you need to do.
At the end of the day, and we've all talked to enough, I'm going to say, national pullers. They want to pull on a good track when they come to your facility. They want to have to shift down.
Yep.
That means they want a power track, and it puts on a better show for the sled operators, for everybody. I want to make those motors work. So nobody needs to hear them sing at 19,000 RPMs. So, Russ, I'm going to put $20 in the mail for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's a good comment. He even spelled my name right. I like that a lot. So, Zolik, where's your favorite pulls this past summer?
That's tough. There's a lot of, I had to go to quite a few cool places. Ones that always stick out on the Homer side of me. I already mentioned Macville just because of the setting, but Darlington, Wisconsin is always a fun time. We moved our benefit pool at the beginning of the year to Baraboo. That was, that pulled when you were there. You were trying to run a video camera. But when Travis Wildman made his pass,
that hurts.
Probably
that hurts. I did pretty good for somebody with ADHD.
Yeah.
So
You could tell.
No meds.
But out of Wisconsin, Unionville is always one of my favorite places to go in Missouri. And obviously I go down to Nashville a couple times. So
You could be a little more enthusiastic about that.
I could be.
And obviously, I go down to. I hope you like it because your car knows the way for sure.
Yeah, it
You pretty much just point south and say go.
pretty much. Yep. Drive almost the entire state of Illinois. That's a pleasure.
That is one reason I would like a Tesla. Just type in the directions and go.
They sell them, Cody. You can buy them.
Yeah, I'm not to that life yet. I kind of like my diesels.
And there's also that small problem of range.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. There's that.
Well, you can stop and plug in.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Because the diesel generator that's running the electrical outlet makes it green. But I digress.
I just want a self-driving car.
The one that I went to this year that, like I said, was just unreal to me was Toma, but second and 2A and 2B, Pinckneyville is always just an awesome place. If you guys have never been there, that one where I got the ride on the steam engine hooked to the sled, again one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. And then Waterloo, Illinois, the Monroe County Fair, they always have an awesome turnout of tractors, and they have a bunch of classes. They have pro stocks, two-wheel drive trucks, and I was on the track, I think, damn near the entire time going live, and it's just one of those places that is awesome. But Nashville is kind of that's the one that's my baby. It's got to be one of the top ones, and it's like I said, things are going to get real exciting in Nashville in the years to come.
May 13th, 14th. We're going to sell you the seat. That's why I need the edge.
Be there.
Be there.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom, we're going to do the pick'em contest because Ryan loves keeping up with all that stuff. Actually, Brent Yarn is.
Brent Yarn does.
That's Yarn's deal.
That's Yarn's deal. Jason Carlton says you got to get a ribeye sandwich at Waterloo too. Yeah, that's always a good question. That's a good engaging post when we post that on one of our Facebook pages or Beer Money favorite food at a pull. That's always good. There's some tractor pull in Indiana always has fish sandwiches or something. Goshen or which
Tampico.
one has that?
Tampico.
Tampico. So. Ryan, do you want to talk about Georgetown a little bit? Ohio?
Sure. Yeah, that was first time there, the Brown County Fair. They actually do 4 different nights of polling during their county. I would assume it's probably the last county fair in Ohio or one of the last ones for sure. They just kind of put on, so I think Wednesday night was like Super Farm night. Thursday night, my first night I was there, they had Pro Stock night. Friday night was Super Stock night, and Saturday night was Modified night. And I think the Pro Stock night was probably definitely down on numbers what they normally get there. Still, it's kind of, I got on Saturday I talked to Donnie Sullivan because they brought their mod and tool drive truck over, and then Long's brought their super modified. Why are you showing?
Hail to the no. Hail to the no.
Hell. Who's told you think that is?
I know.
We don't care. We don't need to see it.
What? Jerry wants to show off. He is the unofficial
aviation
sponsor of the
game.
second hour of Let's Go Pulling. That's Jerry Juice's toe right there.
This is why he could not sit down with anybody to do an interview.
Hey, I got the control panel, boys. Sorry, not sorry.
I guess my weekend wasn't good enough.
It was phenomenal. I'm just putting pictures on the screen. You just keep talking, Zolik.
Am I just supposed to keep talking with a toe that's been Anyway, so it's kind of a.
If that's Toe Jam, I hope Jerry keeps it in a different jar.
When are you going to go back on your medication?
Remind me not to teach him about soundboards.
Hey, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
That was
Guilty.
that one.
That was Ding Dong. Or that Ding Dong.
Ding
That
dong.
Ding Dong. Not that Ding Dong.
Ding dong.
For me on tracks this year would probably be McLeod and Wisner. So those were two tracks I hadn't been to, and those were a lot of fun.
Bucket list next year. So I went to my first NTPA Super, or whatever you want to call it, national, or whatever. I'm gonna hit some outlaw pulls next year. Outlaws seem to be doing some really cool stuff, and I've got to get out there. And if I can find a class where I can stick an orange tractor, I might just pull the damn thing with me.
Ryan, is there a Facebook page for Georgetown at all? The Brown County Fair? You know,
They call it the Little State Fair. That's what they call it.
that's your website.
And then when I talked to Palmer, Mike Palmer, he's like, yeah, he said it's people show up because they think it's better than the actual Ohio State Fair. And I'm only quoting him, so I don't know.
Fred Avenger, Mike Palmer?
What's that?
Fred Avenger, Mike Palmer?
Yes, because he pulled about 15 times over the 4 days, I think. So,
All right.
so I think he pulled more than you did in that 4 days than you did all summer. So
That hurts, but it's true.
Well, to be fair, I'm sure he used two tractors to do it. It wasn't all the same one.
yeah, well, he was able to jump in about a lot of different classes because they combined stuff, and they were a little bit short in some of their pro stock classes. So a lot of the light pro guys pulled like 2 or 3 times on Friday night or Thursday night, and he pulled Wednesday night. Then he showed up Friday night, pulled in one of the the diesel super stock class that they had. So
That's awesome.
but yeah, no, they had great crowds there. It's you're right next to, you're just to the east of Cincinnati, to give perspective what part of Ohio, so along the Kentucky border. So it was kind of a neat area to be at and kind of see for a couple days, and kind of my last outdoor event for the 2021 season, and get ready for indoor pulling here.
Wow, that's a cool effect.
Wow.
It never ends.
Somebody's being a dick. Oh, sorry, that was my inside voice. Is this it, Rye? Little State Fair? That look like it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Because they have this horse arena, that's that circle thing, and
Right
then
there?
you can see the pulling track on the top corner. To the top right is the actual pulling.
Right here?
No, they do not pull in a circle. I mean, that'd be
Well,
kind
if Palmer was there, they probably do.
of... No, they have I don't know. They had a bunch of different stuff going on in there.
Where's the pulling track?
Top right corner.
Drag it up to the top right.
You can kind of catch the starting
there?
line.
There you go.
Yeah. So you
That-
actually
that-
have to drive through the fair to get into the pits with your hauler, which makes it interesting.
Not where the little. I'm not sure where the little thing comes into play.
Yeah,
This
that's
does not
quite
look
large.
little.
Well, they call it that because it's
Sarcasm.
yeah. I
You should
guess.
try it sometime, Paul.
I will look into it.
That picture's
I
from
don't-
2013.
Yeah, I don't know how well they actually keep up on their social media, but
I'd say that pretty much no one does for this event because I still haven't seen results from it.
yeah. So the Brian Neal, who runs a sled. Well, actually, this was his last weekend running the sled. He is retiring from operating a sled. So him and his wife actually ran the tractor pull, and then they get. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of NTPA officials show up there. Larry Richwine does the announcing. They're Jason, so you should, I could see you two tag teaming that event.
Palmer only hooked 7 times, so he's a little pissed off. But he spells his name Michael wrong. So. Rich Wine would be fun to announce with.
Yeah, he coordinates each night with a style of T-shirt. So like one night was tie-dye T-shirt night, next was camo. I don't know
Ryan, did you eat it? Skyline chili?
I did not make it to Skyline chili.
Boo.
I don't like eating chili when it's 80 degrees out.
Fair enough.
It's hot. In the comments.
I mean,
in the comments, for those of you watching, type which indoor pools you want to go to. Our special guest that really wasn't our special guest tonight, once he's asking questions now. So, but I'm just teasing Roger. But seriously, type them in the comments. Let us know where you're going. But this would have been from this year, don't you think, Ryan?
Yeah, they were there. They have a light modified class, and I was, told that you're going to see some nostalgic modifieds that show up.
Charles, what are we seeing right there?
That one comes out of the Ohio Modified Tractor Pulling Association. They're a Southwest Ohio regional group. There's also another one, Buckeye Modified Pullers, that they run like NA or limited blower classes.
Nice.
Yeah, so you had quite a mix. Todd Feist came down with his light modified, with the 2 engines on, and pretty much won the class there. And then you had the PPL modified, super modified tractors of Sullivan and Ricky Long there. And then Richardson came over with their mod. They did have a hard time keeping the vehicles straight, unfortunately, for their class. So
what class is this, Charles?
Turkey albino
stock.
super turkey. I don't know.
Do they allow 4.5s in that?
I found it hilarious. They were always constantly paging
Look how
people.
big that rabbit
Holy
is.
moly.
Oh, also, one of their big things they're
That's a
known
big
for is
bully.
having a giant pumpkin contest, or like people grow giant pumpkins and show there.
I'm just gonna let that go.
I think that needs to be your shirt the next place you announce.
All right.
So, because I have show cattle, that is Ryan Rash, and
He's a big deal, isn't he?
he is a big deal. He has a podcast, but that guy will turn his back to, and it doesn't matter if it's hogs, if it's cattle, or if it's sheep, goats, whatever. He'll turn his back, and he will talk every animal from memory and not even look at them. And that is impressive. I mean, I livestock judged in college type of thing, but that guy will just turn around, face the audience, and talk every single animal that he has judged and tell you everything. And that is impressive. And he's actually a riot to listen to. And he makes.
Well, I just want the shirt. I just want the shirt. Okay.
That's not even one of the fancy ones. But that guy.
I'm not gonna lie, Jason. I kind of want that shirt too.
I could probably find that for you. But that guy is. I mean, if you have him at your fair, it's a hoot to listen to. He is a little bit out there. So just saying that.
I'm looking for the pumpkins.
So they do a lot of paging over there, and someone went up to their paging area to have them page that the people running one of the fudge stands was not there, and they wanted to buy some fudge.
Nice. That's how you do it.
Yeah. But they had said that they had been standing there for a long time, and then the guy that was over the paging system said, "Well, if you don't get there very soon, it's going to be going very cheap."
We're busting in. Bruce, can we have a beer money big pumpkin contest? Would you sanction that?
What was the question?
The beer money big pumpkin contest. Have our followers send in their big pumpkins?
That's the difference between a 3-bar cage and a 2-bar cage.
Right there.
Damn
That's
straight.
the ROPS. That's a full SFI.
That looks like that could be one of those Deadpool sleds.
You apparently have not been to the Iowa State Fair and seen some of the pumpkins that them people raised.
Everything's bigger in Iowa, Cody.
This is true.
There's the fudge stand, guys. I think I'm out of pulling pictures.
Well, I think they only had a couple, but
It's the Little State Fair.
well, they have. I'm surprised there's not more. I mean, because it's every night of the fair that runs. They have a poll.
Well, apparently, photographer can't get out of the circle or the livestock judging arena.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a pretty good tap there. The old 17.
Let me just see my way out of the arena.
I saw a TikTok the other day where they actually took the Derby cars and they dented the rear bumper in a bow shape and everything, and they made some modifications, and that was a serious demo Derby for them guys.
Yeah, they'd take a skid loader with a claw on them and crunch the trunk in on purpose so it would fold up, not down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They pre-bend them. Like we pre-party, they pre-bend, Cody.
Yeah. That was some serious stuff.
They pre-party too.
That too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
That's
much
a different
so.
kind of party.
Yes, sir.
Jason, did you see that there's going to be a monster truck show in Richland Center at the end of the month?
I did not.
Yes. I just seen it. It came on my Facebook the other day.
Wow.
Yeah. Monster Truck Wars.
Sweet. I hope it's warm.
I don't know. It's supposed to be October 23rd.
Yep. It's either going to be 80 or 30. And that's the high. Welcome to Richland.
Well, they are only doing a 1 o'clock matinee from what I read. So,
Yep. May 13th, 14th, 2022, Nashville, Illinois, the Pullers Championship. We have another call with our group Thursday night. We're going to have some more details coming out soon. Mr. RZ Promotions down there is going to build us a website, allegedly. And right, Rye?
sure.
Okay, sure. That's his way of saying screw you, Schultz, but I'm not going to say it on the air. So
That was a screw you in the nicest possible way.
yeah, Zolik is very polite, very polite. Charles, what's going on next for you, sir? Let's wrap this baby up and go to bed.
I am heading for Piedmont Dragway, Julia, North Carolina for Rudy's Fall Truck Jam season finals for Outlaw Diesel Super Series. I have a feeling I'm going to look at a lot of raindrops, but hopefully we can get it in because we've seen way too many rainouts on that tour this year. So just for one last blast, I'd like to at least do something.
Charles, what's the Facebook page for that?
Outlaw Diesel should be Outlaw Diesel Super Series, and then I don't know if there's a event page. Well, there is an event page for Rudy's Fall Truck Jam.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I want to bring that up.
Yeah. ODSS on the pavement track. The dirt track has not had pulling on it since I think 18. They will be doing dirt drags out there. If you want sled pulling back, please let them know you want it to return to that event for 2022. I won't argue.
I'm posting the link in the comments, fellers. That look like it?
Yep, that's it.
You're announcing this?
The pavement part of it, yeah, I have no idea who's going to be doing the dirt drags. Might be Matt Rice. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's the event schedule. Qualifying for pro classes on Friday, Gamblers Race and Grudge Racing for cash and the SNS Diesel Motorsport Championship heavyweight belt. And then on Saturday, sportsman class qualifying earlier in the day, and then we go into eliminations and season finals, man. This is it.
Charles, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I might be the scariest thing I can think of, me.
Okay, fair enough. Paul, anything coming up in your world, polling related wise?
Just lots of no actual events other than planning for Nashville in May, and lots and lots of phone calls. The guys want to make some changes over the winter. They keep coming, so we're going to be busy this winter with pulling stuff, making stuff for guys. So
what can SRMD do for pullers, Paul?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Put it this way:
Nobody's watching anyway, Paul. Don't worry.
If you got a need for a part, give me a call. I'll see what we can do.
Paul, the parts man.
That's what I do.
What are you gonna be for Halloween, Paul?
Probably tired.
Uh-huh.
Charles be Muffy for Halloween.
Oh, boy.
Zolik,
Does that mean I gotta shave my head?
do whatever you want. It's your show, Charles. Ryan, coming up. What are you working on?
I am working on banquet stuff for Badger State and the Western Series Champions videos. Also putting together event videos from the summer. Obviously Shipshawana stuff, registration, stuff like that. Getting that taken care of. Yeah.
What are you gonna be for Halloween? Okay.
Nothing.
I don't think he's gonna be Logan.
No.
That's my dog. Big Rye, what's going on in your world?
Photos. I'm way backed up. Life has gotten a little complex over the past few weeks. If you're waiting on something from me, I know that I owe a few of you some photos. I will get them to you. Please be patient. This week kind of took a turn. Looks like I'm going to be headed out of town on Friday to pay my respects to not one but two people who the polling community and the farming community at large has lost over the past week. Jerry Mez passed away. Jerry was the guy who ran Farm All Land. He passed away last Thursday, I believe, and his visitation is on Friday. Jerry and I were good friends. I very much enjoyed the time that I had with him towards the end of the whole Farm All Museum. In fact, I was there at Farm All Land more after it was closed than when it was actually open. I think I was there 4 times after it closed just to stop in and say hello to Jerry or to pick something up or to do a quick walkthrough or something like that. But we're going to miss Jerry. Jerry was one of those kind of, even though he was a short guy, he was kind of larger than life. And you talk to any Red fan from the Midwest, they knew Jerry. They'd been there. Heck, next time you run into Jesse, ask Jesse what he thought of Jerry. He has great things to say about him. And along the way, and after that, some of you in the farming community, especially out here, have probably heard the name Bryce Volcker of Volcker Ag. Bryce was a good friend of mine and one of our auctioneer partners at Tractor Zoom. And on Saturday morning, he passed away. His body he was fighting COVID and his lungs just couldn't handle it anymore. He was only 38. And he was a dear friend to me and a really valued member of the ag community across this country. He was one of the guys who started some of the John Deere groups on Facebook, and he put a lot of time and a lot of love and a lot of effort into building those groups. And he was one of those guys who would go out of his way to be helpful to somebody. And I appreciated that about him because he took a flyer on me when I was, when nobody knew who Tractor Zoom was. And here's this, big fellow with a beard who thinks he's Machinery Pete and wants to start running his yap about tractors. And Bryce actually took a few minutes to listen and realized that I am passionate about tractors and this is what I love. And we became fast friends, and I'm going to miss him. He and I know that there are lots of others, and some of you probably out here or out there who are watching have heard that name. For those of you who are in the fields right now, there's a hashtag that's trending, Augers Out for Bryce. if you wouldn't mind taking a photo and then posting it on your social media and hashtagging it Augers Out for Bryce, that'd be really cool. And I may do something with that a little later on this week on the Beer Money page, see if I can't get a thread going.
You can.
Yeah.
People will jump on that.
Yeah, I hope so. He was a legit good dude. I'm going to miss him a lot.
Cody?
Similar to Ryan, backed up on photos. I just kicked out day 2 of Wisner. I've got Diagonal, Buckner, Red Oak to finish. I've got some other stuff, a couple of videos I'm putting together. Next for me on the track is probably Diesels and Dark Corners in White Plains, Georgia, which I'm pretty excited about. And then going to Banquet there into November, and no idea what for Halloween.
Jason Schultz, what are you going to be for Halloween?
Ric Flair. Woo!
Wow.
That was quick.
You've been practicing for that like for years.
No, I only use the woo at when I announce the indoor polls. Woo!
I know, but that's been a couple of years in the making.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Blonde wig and everything?
I'm going to do it all.
Like the shorts?
I could. I'm working. I've been doing some squats and push-ups. So.
You going to put a wife beater on? We did this once. It didn't work out well.
Yeah. That was your schmedium.
Okay, it was your schmedium. You're going with a schmall?
Going small.
I dare say that worked out great because we got paid $1,000 for that.
That's true. Well, that was a good deal. So
every Monday night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, Let's Grow Pulling live. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we let them talk. Sometimes we don't. But we always have fun. We always share and promote the sport that we all love dearly. Next week, we're going to have Brandon Coates, your Badger State points champion, Pro Stock. And he sent me a text today. He thinks it's the first time ever that the PPL champion, the NTPA champion, the Badger State Pro Stock champion is from Iowa. So Simon, right? PPL.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie Russell.
NTPA,
and the Coates is
yep.
Badger State. So kind of neat. So I am going to play some video from our friend Adam V. Wilson from Diesels and Dark Corners last year. Friday night, Super Stock Diesel Trucks. We'll be down there November 4th and 5th. And everybody else, have a great night.
See y'all.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Sound on.
To go. 3:25:06. Again, multi-turbo span, 2-stage. You got smaller turbos blowing into bigger turbos as they boost up. So listen to the turbos as they do their job.
If you're a real estate agent, what I'm about to share with you should absolutely terrify you, because I can guarantee you're losing somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000.
I want 368.72. Come and get me. Here we go, fans. Chase Eller, the caretaker out of Lafayette, Tennessee. He's going to go 324.49. 324.49. Here we go, fans. All the way from River Falls, Wisconsin, Craig McGee. His Duramax, he calls it the Cummins Killer 3. It's got a unique sound. Let's listen to that turbo as it starts to whistle and sing. 368 is the distance to beat. That's when we say, damn, Gina. He was on a roll. So, that's when we say, damn.